as we walk with you to seek our destiny. Say a prayer for me, my Father. Say a prayer for you and me. Say a prayer for us, my Father. Say a prayer for us and all humanity. Play a song for us, my sister. Shout it loud and clear and free. Let us join with you.
Okay, hey everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you for braving the elements. There will be more people here, I'm sure. And thank you for allowing me to be your platform host. I'm Dave Heisterkamp, and I'm really nervous, so, hang with me. Unity is a place of peace. We light our peace candle right behind beautiful Kathleen here. As a symbol affirming our peace, we affirm peace for our neighbors, our friends, our family, strangers, perhaps our enemies, and all the world. Peace. We're also here to be enlightened and have a good time. We have a round of applause for our Unity singers today, please. I sit in the back, I watch these guys. There's always a grin on my face. I can't believe how amazing you guys are every time you're up here. That's the truth. Our musicians today, we have a guest violinist, Emily Summerman. Hi, Emily, welcome. Beautiful prelude, thank you. Also holding it together time after time, we have our band trio, beloved Noreen Brokey at the piano, Randy Pico on the bass, thank you Randy, and Renee Martinez on the drums. Go Renee. And please, a huge welcome for TJ Woodward. TJ will be sharing a special message with us like he always does. Today is Awakening to the Perfection of Now, the Grace of Gratitude. Amen, brother. We're all looking forward to the lessons this morning, and everyone know that in addition to a town hall meetings we're going to have following the service, TJ is hosting another one of his very popular workshops. I recommend you staying and visiting with him for that. Okay, we survived the rain to come in. Is everybody doing well with the rain? It came in with sudden determination during rush hour on Friday, and it hasn't stopped. Sarah and I are blessed with Lake Lucinda in our backyard. The dogs will go to the door and they look out in the rain and go, wow, I really have to. Is the garage open? Yeah. So I delight in watching the birds that come to the yard. The small birds are there. They're abandoning their normal feeding schedules. They're just constantly at the feeders getting energy. The big birds have disappeared. The crows, the doves, the blue jays. So I don't know what that's all about. Sarah and I do have pet crows. We can call them. Just call. Sarah, how do you call them? Please call. Yeah. Come on. Yes, very good. And moments later, truly, they will come. Dad or mom, we can't figure out the two, but dad or mom come, and then the baby crow, which is a big crow by now, come and they take our bread and offerings, take it to the fountain, and enjoy. their feast. One day I was pondering, do you think the crows think we're some sort of god because we feed them? Or they don't. Russ knows crow. Do they think we're some kind of god because we feed them? Or do they go back to their nest assuming that they're some sort of god because we feed them? Yes, exactly. And my Unity bride, often tired of my existential ponderings, quipped, well, we're all made of the same stuff, from the same God, with the same energy, so it's probably good. And in that, can I get an amen? Amen. Amen. Thank you. Let's start today's service with affirming a unity truth. Do we have the slide up? And with me, there is only one presence, one power, active in the universe, and in my life, the God, good, omnipotent. Thank you. Please stand and join our choir in singing, There Is Only Love. While you're standing, please spread that love among yourself and say hi to your Unity family. All right, I hate to break up a beautiful scene here, but if we get our seats and At Unity, one of our practices is the daily word. And today's daily word is healing. Taking good care of myself supports my healing. We all face tough times, physically, mentally, tough times that stresses us out, worries us, or requires downtime. That requires healing. And you can set yourself up to heal faster, to heal better. I'm reminded of an old friend. He was in his 80s at the time. And as he gently shook his finger at me, he said, "David, you can have all the money in the world. You can have everything you desire. But if you don't take care of yourself, it's not going to be worth it." It caught my attention. And I started taking better care of myself. This is decades ago. The practices I've adopted are known. We've all heard them before, but like many good messages, they bear repeating every now and then. Eat sensibly. Stay active. It's pure physics. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. Keep moving, exercise. 30 minutes a day, that's all it takes. Take a walk, it's good. Stay hydrated. Moderation in all things naughty. Yeah. Listen to your body. Also listen to your mind. Emotional well-being is as important as physical well-being. It's one of the reasons why I come to Unity. The lessons, epiphanies, and confirmations I hear from this pulpit every Sunday help guide me, help ground me, help me take wings and fly. It helps me hopefully be the best Dave that I can be. I still have a lot to learn. There are many techniques to help manage your stress. We know them: meditation, yoga, hobbies, living a life of abundance and appreciation. Practice mindfulness, cultivate positivity, and very important, stay connected to others. Stay connected to others. In these ways, I've learned that taking care of myself supports my healing. And it is all of our wishes collectively for each other to take care of ourselves. All right, can we have a round of applause for Michael, Bent, and Jim back at the Unity Community Command Center? Thank you, guys. I learned something new every time I talk to these guys, as a group or individually. They're smart. They know what they're doing. It's amazing. They make it possible for our online family who might not be brave enough or able enough to beat the rain to view, and also our guests in our state, across the United States, and across the world get to see us. So again, thank you guys back there. We're going to welcome online guests. Thank you for joining us. There you are. If we all could give a wave to Oak Cottage. Hello, Catrice. Hello, Oak Cottage residents. We love you. We see you. You're valued. Thank you for tuning in. Do we have any guests, new guests in our congregation this morning? Raise your hands. Oh, welcome. Welcome. We have a welcome package for you. Barbara and Clifton are honing down on your coordinates there. There's a free lunch coming to you. If time is pressing, please stop for some coffee or tea and chat with community members. We'd love to see you again. Our Unity Youth is over in the community room with Susie, learning lessons of Unity. During the week, our campus is buzzing with students from both Knox School and Interact Art School. During the week and weekends, we also have several meetings, several evening support meetings. We have business conferences, we host weddings, memorial services, and there is excellent office space to rent. So keep us in mind. Unity of Santa Barbara has a space for you, has a place for you. Let's join together with our community blessing this morning. With me, this space is a sanctuary of peace, where hearts open and souls are set free. We grow in love, rooted in purpose, and uplifted by spirit. Blessed unity of Santa Barbara, today, tomorrow, and always, in all ways. Namaste. Yeah, it's lovely. Unity believes in the power of prayer and offer prayer support. If you feel in need of confidential prayer, we have trained prayer chaplains available. Are any chaplains here today? Yes. There you go. Thank you very much. Do not hesitate to seek out a prayer chaplain if you're in need. There is also a prayer request box in the atrium for confidential prayer submission. And don't forget about our Shirley Campbell Chapel. Thank you, Shirley. It's open for prayer and meditation. Accessible to you, hours are posted. And now, Andrea Carr will lead us in holy ground as we prepare for meditation.
And please join me in our meditation song.
Inviting you now to take this moment and move within, knowing that we are standing on holy ground, and that in the midst of this holy ground, we are indeed ourselves holy. One with the ultimate power of the universe, one power, one presence, knowing this is the ultimate truth of who and what we are. So as we take a few moments here to focus on the breath, the invitation is to consciously choose to slow your breath down. And simply noticing the effect that it has as you take deep inhales and slow conscious exhales. Consciously shifting our awareness into that place of inner silence, inner infinite possibilities, source energy, God essence, this beingness that has so many names that we know is the very truth of our being. And so we come together this morning to know that, to affirm that, and to experience that in this place of inner silence. We acknowledge, we experience, and we know the truth of who and what we are. And so as we move into a moment or two in the silence, we do so with conscious awareness of this greater reality, that in the midst of anything happening in our lives, anything happening in the world, that this experience of our true nature is available at every moment, especially this one. So we do shift our awareness down now into this place of inner stillness as we move into 1 full minute together in the silence. And we are grateful to know that there is one power, one presence. And this power is the very essence of our being. And because we know this, we also know that the rest of our service is divinely guided. Every glance, every note, every thought, every word is infused with this essence of love. And so we simply open up now to the infinite possibilities that exist in every moment. And we know in this moment, we are so grateful. So as we feel into that frequency of gratitude, we allow that frequency of gratitude to spread outward, filling up every particle of our being, and outward, filling up every part of this room. And we know this service is blessed. And we also know in the realm of spirit, it is already done. So we simply say yes. We release this now, knowing in the realm of spirit, it is already done. We release it, we let it go, we let it be, and so it is.
This is holy ground. We're standing on holy ground. For love is here and everything is holy. This is holy ground. We're standing on holy ground. For love is here and everything
Let's give some more love to the Unity Singers, everyone. Amazing, amazing. Well, as always, I'm so happy and honored to be here. And it's November, so you know what we're going to talk about, right? What are we going to talk about? Gratitude. Although I will share with you, during the introduction, I was very tempted to possibly change the title to Moderations in All Things Naughty. I mean, that is a talk title. I mean, and I will give you credit for that, David. That's absolutely amazing. I'm not sure what that would be in the New Thought world, but my mind went kind of wild with it. And I'm like, okay, come back. It's now. We're talking about gratitude. And specifically, what I want to kind of focus on today is the grace of gratitude. And I don't know where that title came from. I don't know if it came from me, ChatGPT, if it came from the universe. But in any case, that's where we're at. And I started thinking about the word grace. And I actually looked it up, and there's a few different meanings to the word grace. One is a grace period, right? You're running late, you can be like 7 minutes late, that's a grace period. Or you have to pay something and you've got a couple days extra to pay, that's a grace period. And in more traditional circles, grace would be, and I looked this up, and I want everyone to realize I'm not saying this in New Thought language, but this is what I read. A gift from God that isn't deserved. Ooh. Wow, do everyone feel that? So if you come from a traditional Christian church and that's what you've been taught, I'm just going to invite you to take a look, right? Because to me, curiosity is what expands. It is what allows me to start to see the world in a different way. And I was thinking a lot about curiosity in the drive, and I just want to name something, and I'm not going to apologize for being snarky because I love being a little snarky, but okay, Southern California, it does rain and there's water that comes from the sky sometimes and it hits the ground and sometimes it makes puddles. I grew up where we have torrential downpours and I realize, we're not necessarily, our infrastructure isn't necessarily built to have this amount of rain, but I know we're getting through it. So thank you for braving the water falling from the sky. And we can use that also as just a lesson, right? A lesson to look at how am I viewing something? What am I calling something? And what does it create when I call it that? And curiosity allows me to see the way I view the world, right? So we can complain about the rain. I remember I lived in San Francisco for 30 years, and I would hear people complain about the fog. Interesting. How long have you lived here? Oh, a decade. I still hate it. So we have a few choices. We can either not complain about the fog, leave the fog. I have a friend recently who went back to the sunshine because she didn't want to be in a place that didn't have sunshine. Fair enough. Or we can see about looking at our perspective and what it creates. And if I can move into a place that's beyond right and wrong, there's an opportunity for me to have a compassionate lens about the way I view the world. Right? So we have all these collective agreements. And I like to say, unless you live in San Diego, you're probably not going to get 70 degrees and sunny every day. And yet we say things like, it's bad weather. But let's lean into that for a moment. Without rain, we would not live. And yet we call it bad weather. And I know that this is a room full of New Thought people, so I know none of you have done any complaining about the water falling from the sky, right? Is that true? And if you have, we get to catch ourselves. I used to be part of a community that was a little on the brutal side, and that's why I want to kind of talk about compassionate curiosity. I didn't know I was going to talk about that, but I was driving here and I was looking at the rain and I was imagining all the different ways we can view it. And I was thinking about this community I used to be a part of where we wore rubber bands on our wrist, and if we said anything bad or wrong, do you hear that? Even though it was New Thought, we would flick ourselves. Oh, don't say that. The universe will get you, right? We have sometimes just reframed and relanguaged this idea of a punishing God. It might take us a while to unlearn that one, right? We call it a cosmic 2x4. Think about that from, bam! Now, I will also share with you that I have had those moments where, for whatever reason, I consciously or unconsciously chose to get to that point where it felt like a cosmic 2x4. Okay, I get it. I'm going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And what's the definition of insanity that we sometimes hear? And expect different results, right? Karma is not an outside force. It is the repetition of my viewer. It is the repetition of the way I see the world, what I call the world, the language I'm having with the universe, which is really the language I'm having with myself. And so if the language is, oh, it's a bad day, it's a rainy day, what am I going to experience? Or if I have ideas about myself and the world that may be bellaried, do you like that? Bellaried? That means layered and below different layers. Bellaried. I kind of like it. We're going to use it. It's bellaried against underneath all these different layers of awareness, and yet it's running the show. And how do I know that? I keep re-experiencing the same things over and over and over again. And then I might say to myself, it's karma. Yes, it is. Because I have the same point of view, and that point of view keeps getting replicated. That is the great news, because with compassionate curiosity, I can say, would I like something different? And if so, what might be required of me in order to start seeing this differently, start talking about this differently, start framing this differently, and then lo and behold, get a different result. And so when it comes to gratitude, that was a long way of getting to gratitude, wasn't it? That was a long, welcome to gratitude. It is November. I like to frame gratitude in what I call the 3 levels of gratitude. Grateful for, grateful in, and grateful as. So we're going to talk about that. Grateful for is mostly the way we hear gratitude framed. I'm grateful, I'm going back to the weather, I can't help it. I'm grateful for a sunny day. What happens when it rains? I'm grateful for my loving relationship. What happens if that person decides to move on? I'm grateful for the work I get to do. What happens if something changes in that? Grateful for is an incredible bridge, because I'm just going to share from my own journey. I wasn't aware how, what's the opposite of grateful? Anyone? Okay, what else might it be? We're just going to try this on here for a minute. What? Unappreciative. Resentful. What else? Cynical. What is it? Cynical, right? Cynical. Sarcastic. Critical. Ooh, well, see, we got there. We know what the opposite of gratitude is. So learning how to be grateful for is to, in some ways, reprogramming our mind. And that's what a lot of us do in New Thought. That's what I did in the beginning, because I walked in like this. I walked into New Thought, and I came into a unity, and I heard the music, and I heard the message, and I felt the energy, and something about me wanted more of that. But then I went back to my default. And my default was a belief in my own brokenness, a belief in my own smallness, a belief that the world is a challenging place, that life is difficult. I love what Dr. Sue Morter says. She says, life is difficult and a challenge until it isn't. And that until it isn't is the moment that I'm very curious about. And so being grateful for can be a beautiful bridge in that, because I start to reprogram my mind. And that's what that rubber band was supposed to be, although I really would invite a little bit less aggressive technique than flicking yourself with a rubber band. Oh, don't think that. Don't say that. And yet, in some ways, looking back, I guess I needed it because that's the community I was in. So for some reason, I chose that. But grateful for allowed me and allows us to move from the way we've always seen the world to a different possibility. It's a practice, right? We have gratitude journals. So we write the 10 things we're grateful for in the morning and the night. We start to reprogram our mind. We start to reprogram our consciousness. And we start to realize that how I'm seeing the world is what creates what I call reality. I didn't know that until I came to New Thought. I knew that on some level, but my mind had forgotten that. My mind had forgotten that the joy of being creates the joy of being. In some ways, it's so simple, isn't it? Okay, I can sit down then, right? Because we create what we call reality based on our level of consciousness. And so being grateful for something is a beautiful bridge to that. It's a beautiful way to start to look at life in a different way. And then at some point in my journey, I realized in that process of being grateful for, I was also creating duality. I'm grateful for this loving person in my life. Not so grateful for that one over there. That one complains a lot, right? And then I realized I was just projecting. That it was really more about me and how I saw the world. And so I started to ask myself the question, what if I could be grateful in the midst of anything happening? So that's that level 2, grateful in. So regardless of what's happening, can I be grateful in the midst of that? And I want to say something very clearly here, because I think sometimes, I'm talking about myself and my own journey, by the way, I went to the spiritual bypass. I'm pretending like there isn't anything difficult. I'm only going to focus on gratitude. I'm going to be grateful in the midst of this. Or someone tells us that they have a diagnosis and you say, well, what can you be grateful for in this? Right? Maybe not what they want to hear at that moment. Maybe we can be more compassionate and curious. And yet, in the midst of anything, I do still have a choice of where I put my energy. Do I want to focus on the part of me who might want to complain about that? Or am I willing to look for gratitude in the midst of this situation? In the midst of any situation? Am I willing to actually bring gratitude in the midst of any situation? Which naturally brings us to the third level of gratitude in my experience, and that is grateful as. Grateful as means I am going to be the frequency of gratitude regardless of outer circumstances and regardless of inner circumstances and regardless of inner circumstances. In other words, if I wake up and notice something happen in my body, or I wake up and have a thought that may be less than what I want, or I understand now that I can change that, grateful in, and then grateful as. So as we move from grateful for to grateful in, it's a profound shift. But grateful as allows us to return to that place that has always been available, that place of inner perfection. We came into the world absolutely vibrating at this frequency of gratitude. You don't look at a baby and think, oh, this baby's energy is off. Right? Oh, this one probably going to grow up to be a complainer. I don't know why I'm talking about complaining so much. But it's interesting because we've all done the no complaint challenge, right? Anyone that's done New Thought for a while, you've done the 90-day no complaint challenge. Who's done it? Right? How did it go? Right? I mean, here's the thing about that. I took a challenge to have no opinions. I think I've shared that with you before. 30 days, no opinions. I'm like, no opinions? But aren't we supposed to have opinions? So my friend John said, well, let's try it. Well, okay, I was supposed to go 30 days. Guess how long I went? 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And then I realized I had all these opinions, constant opinions. Right, wrong, good, bad. This shouldn't be happening. Why is there water coming from the sky? It's Sunday morning. I need to go to my community. All the things that I have opinions about. And that political party shouldn't do that. This group of people shouldn't do that, right? All of that. But what I learned from that, and this is where I'm at today, I'm willing to realize that my consciousness could be different in 15 minutes. But for today, what I realize is that my mind is, the role or the function of the mind is to opinionate. And I spent many years trying to shut down the mind with a rubber band. Change your thinking, change your life. Oh, I shouldn't think that. Right? Instead, it's like, thank you, mind. I see that you have a lot of opinions about that. But I know who and what I truly am. That's grateful as. Regardless of my own thoughts, regardless of my own opinions, regardless of how I'm feeling physically, I can be that frequency. Not be in that frequency, but be that frequency. And how many teachers have said, be the love that you want to see. Be the frequency of that. So what, if anything, is preventing me in this moment from being that frequency? Is it an idea I have about myself? Is it that I believe I am my thoughts? Because boy, I used to believe I was my opinions. And then I built coalitions. You guys like coalitions? Like, do you agree with me? And we do this. I know we would never do this. I'm being a little sarcastic today. You said sarcastic, have a little sarcasm. I'm from the Midwest, where we're taught how to be sarcastic from a very early age. I know we have visitors from the Midwest today, right? Yeah, Illinois?
Illinois?
I'm Indiana. I'm that other state that's even less interesting. No, I love Illinois, actually. Chicago or not Chicago?
Well,
Central Illinois.
yeah.
Central Illinois, okay. It's kind of like Indiana. I love it, actually. There's a lot I love, but we do get taught how to be sarcastic. I'm not making that up. Okay, I don't even know where I was at this point. Anyone know where I was? Oh, coalitions. We build coalitions, right? So I have these opinions, and if I believe I am my opinions, then I'm going to find people to agree with me. We call it religion. We call it political parties. We call it clubs, right? We might even call it, are you ready? Spiritual community. And if we've been in spiritual community long enough, we might have seen coalition building within the community, right? So we get a little group of people over here that agrees that the choir should do this or that, or maybe the food on Sunday should be this or that. And we start having these opinions, and then we build connections based on our points of view. But there is a level of consciousness that's far beyond that, and that is to be in that frequency, that ultimate truth, the essence of who and what we are, and radiate that out into the world. And I know I've talked about this a lot when I come here. That's where we shift from the law of attraction to the law of radiance. Who I am is whole and complete and infinite. A little kid, a pre-programmed human, knows that until we start teaching them things. It's not polite to stare. No, looking at another person is the innate experience of being human. Right? Connection. And love is who and what we are. And so what I want to invite as we move toward closing here, I want to invite the question, what would it be like and what would it feel like? Or what does it feel like? Because I know every person in this room has had that experience of radiating this love, of remembering, recognizing, recognizing, and remembering who and what I am that's beyond my ideas, beyond my perspectives. I remember when Ellen got in trouble in social media for sitting next to George Bush? You shouldn't be friends with him. She's like, he's my friend. But we don't agree on things. But he's my friend. What happens in the world when we realize that there's a place within us that's beyond thought? I'm going to go back to what I learned from those 30 days of no opinions. I learned that I couldn't do it. But I also learned something really powerful. I'm not my opinions. And that moved from an intellectual concept to an embodied understanding. I don't need to agree with the people in my life to maintain a connection. I don't need to agree with myself. Does anyone relate to that? I have all these ideas running around in my head, and I think I shouldn't think this, or I shouldn't. Let me have compassionate curiosity. Not is it right or wrong that I think that, but what does it create when I believe that I'm an infinite being? Really, the only thing we actually need to say up here on Sunday is unity's first principle. There's one power and one presence active in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotent. For us to know that and to embody that and to be that in the world changes everything, right? Because if it's true that we create life based on perspective, the next natural question would be, or a few questions, what do I want my life to look like and feel like? And not what do I need to learn in order to do that, but what needs to be unlearned, and through, again, compassionate curiosity, oh, isn't it interesting that I've always felt that way? And gosh, I keep having these relationships over and over and over again. My minister at Unity San Francisco, Reverend Maureen Bass, used to say, she was Southern, I loved it, she's from Alabama, so she'd say, take a look at that checking account. Is it really small? Has it been small for a long time? I want you to say, look how powerful I am, that I keep creating this small checking account balance. But now I want something new. Now I'm ready for something different, right? Because, and this is what I'm going to close with, if you know about New Thought's affirmative prayer process, step 1 is gratitude. How grateful I am to know that there is one power and one presence. We start with gratitude because that is the absolute energy or frequency that starts to create everything else that we follow it with. How grateful I am to know that there is one. How grateful I am to know that I'm an infinite being. How grateful I am to know that regardless of outer circumstances, there is a greater reality in the midst of this, and I get to be the person to bring that, not to attract it or to hope for it, but to be that frequency in the world. So my invitation for you is profoundly simple. I want you just to, for a moment, feel what gratitude feels like. Can everyone get in touch with that? Just feel that gratitude. And just repeat after me, very simple. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am gratitude. I am gratitude. I radiate the frequency of gratitude. I radiate the frequency of gratitude. And there are infinite possibilities in my life. In this moment and always. In this moment. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
All right, always lovely to hear from you, TJ. It's wonderful. Another round of applause, please, for TJ Woodward. And again, after today's services, we have a town hall meeting, and then TJ has a workshop for us. Now it is time that we acknowledge we truly dwell in prosperity consciousness, knowing as Charles Fillmore, the father of unity, taught. And with me, we shall serve for the joy of serving. Prosperity shall flow through us, and through us in unending streams of plenty. You did much better than I did there. Thank you. We affirm this flow with our tithes and offerings. We give freely of our time, talent, and treasures. We know that we are Unity of Santa Barbara and our spiritual community and home. There are many ways to give. Whatever you are prepared to give, please hold that in your hands. Bless it with your love. Know that your support is vital, necessary, and allows us to share our unity truths with each other and with the world. And now the Unity Singers, a time to gather.
A time to read.
If the ushers could come forward. That was lovely, thank you. The ushers are coming forward, and we're going to join together in our prosperity blessing as we receive these gifts. Please join with me. Divine love, through us, blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we share, and all that we receive. Thank you. Again, today we have a town hall meeting at 11:30, and it's going to be followed by TJ's workshop for everything happening at 12:30. We want to remind everybody that you can sign up for our e-news to receive Unity updates on Wednesdays and Fridays. Today is Potluck Sunday. Paul, and I'm going to need help with this name, Sinead? That's it? Okay, great. And the Unity Kitchen Angels have put together a wonderful meal. It is also Celebration Sunday, so we're going to have cake for November birthdays. Do we have any November birthdays in the congregation? A few. All right. Well, together, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nicole. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Because of the rain, we have set up in our chapel dining tables for your comfort. The town hall meeting will also be broadcast in that room. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you very much. TJ, thank you for the meditation and another wonderful lesson. We're very happy that everybody chose to spend their Sunday morning with Unity. Please continue to share. Let's stay connected with each other. And as we end, please rise, and we're going to sing the peace song together. Please join me with our prayer for protection.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Amen. Thank you.
Take down a letter, Mrs. Jacoby. Take down a letter to my friend. She's been on my mind since Philadelphia. Lord, there's a million stars out here. Tell her she talks too much on the telephone. Tried and tried, couldn't get through. And Mrs. Jacoby send her some roses. If there's a rose this time of year, tell her the brother quick, you'll be home by now. Stranded in Jersey without a spare. Mrs. Jacoby. Don't tell her I'm lonely. Ask if she's had a change of heart. Mrs. Jacoby, don't tell her I'm lonely. Ask if she's had a change of heart. Can I be with you forever? Can I hold you an eternity? Can I kiss you, caress you for a lifetime or two? Can I be with you? You were standing in the hallway, all by yourself. Did you come to meet someone? Did you come to meet someone? I was afraid you would move. And when you looked, you saw me staring, but you didn't make me wrong. And for a moment I thought I'd never move on. And he who hesitates will surely fall. And chances if you wait are none at all. You had me falling, you had me. Can I be with you forever? Can I hold you an eternity? Can I kiss you, caress you for a lifetime or two? Can I be with you? Can I kiss you, caress you for a lifetime or two? Can I be with you?